BrewTube! DJs here, back at you with yet another DJs BrewTube beer review. And it's time to go local! That's right, guys, it's time to go local. Wait, I know what you're saying. DJ, you're going local tonight because you're reviewing a beer from Local Option out of Chicago, Illinois, US of A. Yay! But no, that's not the reason. This particular beer from Local Option out of Chicago is brewed right here in Westminster, Maryland at Pub Dog Brewery, which does a lot of contract brewing. They also contract brew with Stillwater and a bunch of other folks. So, Local Option's a pretty small brewery, so that's what you got to do. You contract out some muscle, get your beer brewed. Now, the Pub Dog beers that I've reviewed have not been my favorite, and they're kind of, meh, sort of like old 1990s sort of recipe type craft beers. Entry-level, gateway sort of beers. But when they contract brew and they work with other craft brewers, they follow the recipes and they get the job done. I mean, look at the Stillwater beers. So theirs are pretty popular, even though they pretty much make saisons. That's it, but that's not a bad thing anyway, if that's your deal. But not to digress too far. What about this beer? This beer is called Morning Wood. And what it is, it's an American Amber Ale, or American Coffee Amber Ale, that's been aged in oak. So, what do we compare this to? This isn't your normal coffee beer because it's an ale or an amber ale that's been coffeed and oak aged. Now, the closest beer that I've had to it has been a coffee IPA, which is sort of a coffee ale, which has been the Dayman Coffee Ale, and that was a cool experience. And the other one that's kind of like this is Boulevard makes a beer that they call Coffee Ale, and that is really a lot like a sweet, sort of caramelly kind of beer that has coffee in it. And it got better over time. When I first tried it, I didn't like that beer. But anyways, I have some kind of things to juxtapose this against. So, what more about this beer? They're using fresh American oak when they oak age this. And they used, what was it? It was like, I think the coffee's called Dark Matters El Salvadorian San Jose Pulp, which is an all-natural coffee. I've heard some folks and reading blogs and listening to vlogs and stuff like that. They're wondering if there's coffee flavor in this, but they've used actual coffee in it from a specific, like local coffee supplier. So I've been flapping my gums enough on this. Let's get this 7.0% ABV and 40 IBU beer out of the bottle and into the glass and see what's up with the Morning Wood. When you get Morning Wood, I guess you're already up, aren't you? Sturdy bastards. Nice hits off the top, plenty of smoke, unremarkable crown that we won't collect obsessively. And we're going to use our stemless snifter tonight. Why? Because I like the glass. Wow, look at that. It's sort of like a ruddy caramel color. Looks pouring out of the bottle here. Let's see, we'll get it deep. We got about, I think it's like a 16-ounce bottle there. So, in the glass, as you can see, it's like I said, it's a ruddy amber color that's got some ruby hints coming out of it. And some orange glints coming. I can see some active bubbles coming up from the bottom. We got a solid one-finger off-white head with a little bit of sudsiness at the top. When I swirl it, we're getting some nice thick glass lacing and plenty of alcohol legs coming down. It's actually a nice-looking beer. I like unfiltered beers. Some people are obsessed with this, the beer's got to be clear shit. Why did it have to be clear? Why? Because that's what the macro people sold your ass for years and years and years. Gotta be clear, gotta be clear, gotta be clear, gotta be filtered. That's bullshit. If it tastes good and it smells good, and I can smell coffee wafting from this right to here, guess what? It might be good. Before I get into this too deep, I gotta give a big shout out and thanks to my good buddy AverageJoe, who supplied this beer to me. You may have seen my beer mail from him, that I got this from New York to come to Maryland when it was already brewed in Maryland, because they don't distribute here. Crazy shit in beer distribution world. Anyway, let's get a nose on this and see what's up with the Morning Wood. Wow, it's like a light sort of donut shop or Dunkin' Donuts sort of coffee brew, like a light roast. Maybe the blonde roast or Verona from Starbucks. Caramel after that, big caramel. Nice. Malty, bready caramel. Almost like sort of Doppelbock level sort of breadiness, but then a big hit of caramel. It's like almost like if you took a caramel, if you got a shot of the caramel in your coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or something. Wow. Really nice, interesting smelling beer. Its color kind of deceives you. You wouldn't think it's a lot more roasty, and there's a bit of smoke in there as well. like a tin of smokiness. I guess it was maybe the roast level in the coffee that's giving that. But wow, nice. It's not tannic or anything. There's a little bit of vanilla, I guess, too. Yeah, man, nice smelling beer. I'm gonna get a taste of this, guys. Cheers. Wow, that's pretty cool. Sorry for such a long, pregnant pause there, but wow, that's a unique beer. There's a lot of stuff going on with this brew. I've got this probably proper drinking temperature. It's feeling in my mouth about like 48, 50 degrees, somewhere in that neighborhood. Man, right up at the front, you get that light roast coffee, and then after that, man, it's like the freaking caramel freight train. Nice sweetness, but it's not cloying sweetness, because it's counterbalanced, not by bitterness from hops, but the bitterness by the roast level of the hops. There's a little bit of like vanilla in there, I guess, from the wood, and a little bit of a tannic character from that, I guess because it's fresh oak that I'm feeling, or tasting. And the aftertaste is, like I said, it's like a light roast coffee that they put a shot of caramel into, like a Dunkin' Donuts roast level coffee. A lot of people, I guess, what they mostly drank is Dunkin' Donuts, because in some cities you can tell people directions by the Dunkin' Donuts, but it's like light roast, like Verona from Starbucks, or the Dunkin' Donuts everyday coffee, and it's a really lovely caramel aftertaste. I'm digging this beer, man. This is tasty. It's not a super complex beer. We're dealing with basically like 3 or 4 flavors here. We've got coffee, right up at the front, light roast coffee, caramel, vanilla, and sort of that oaky, tannic character to it. Really nice. It's not a dry finish, it's a semi-dry finish. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel. It's quite coating, and the flavor it leaves in your mouth is really enduring, and I'm liking this beer, man. It's tasty. It's a real different take. I actually like it more than I like the Boulevard Coffee Ale. It has a more pronounced coffee flavor. I believe this is quite fresh because Joe told me it just hit the shelves. So time of review, I don't know how old it is. It doesn't have any, any dates or anything on the bottle. But anyways, tasty beer. What do the other guys think about it? Rate Beer's giving it a 93, which is an A, and Beer Advocate's giving it an 87. I think I'm going to give this I think I'm going to give it an A also. I like this beer. It might not be for everybody, but it's like a caramel flavored coffee. It's really tasty. I would drink this again in a heartbeat. It's made in Maryland. However, it's not distributed in Maryland. So I'd have to hit Joe up for another bottle of it, which is totally fucked up. But anyways, guys, that's my opinion of it. I'm giving it an A. If you've had this beer, let me know what you think of it. I think it's really tasty, and it's a fun-ass beer to drink. It's unique. And that's what we love about the craft beer movement. You know, when we think globally and we drink locally and we support that craft beer movement, we help the variety that's coming out of this beer keep growing, and that's just cool as shit. So, until the next time, guys, remember, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that like button. If you're not subbed up, do so, because I got more videos coming. More reviews and whatever else comes out of my crazy mind. So until the next time, guys, thanks a million for watching. Until then, that's a big ass peace out.